It was a night that shook the hip-hop community to its core. The city streets that MO3 called home, the very avenues that inspired his lyrics, suddenly became the stage for a tragedy fans couldn't believe was real. One moment, the rising star was alive, sharing laughs, music, and dreams with friends. The next, everything changed. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and social media went absolutely crazy. Clips started circulating online, some showing MO3 in the car, others catching the moments just before gunshots shattered the calm. People are divided. How could someone so young, so talented, meet such a violent end in what seemed like an ordinary night? Unconfirmed reports suggest that there were warning signs, whispers of tension in certain circles, and arguments that might have gone unnoticed by the public eye. Oh no, but here's the thing, nothing is confirmed. Some people think rivalries in the streets were at play. Others believe it could have been a random act of violence. Social media is exploding with theories, fan reactions, and emotional tributes. But the truth behind those final minutes remains frustratingly elusive. Tonight, we're breaking down what happened in the hours before MO3 was shot. We're diving into fan theories, eyewitness accounts, and the chaos that erupted online. From the car ride that night to the aftermath that left fans stunned, this story isn't just about loss. It's about the unanswered questions, the rumors, and the moments that might finally shed light on what went wrong. Something doesn't add up, and tonight we're piecing it together. Stay with us, because every detail counts, every reaction matters. And the truth might be closer than anyone thinks. The night started like any other in Dallas, but for fans of MO3, it ended in shock, confusion, and heartbreak. Just hours before the tragedy, MO3 was seen out in public, smiling for cameras, laughing with friends, and even teasing fans on social media about upcoming music. But something about those final minutes still doesn't add up, and fans are desperate for answers. Social media exploded almost immediately after the news broke, with fans sharing unconfirmed reports, blurry videos, and screenshots of text messages that supposedly hinted at trouble. Some people think he might have sensed danger before it happened, while others believe it was just a random act of violence. Emotions ran high as the reality of his death started to sink in. Fans were shocked not only by the suddenness of the event, but by the way the story seemed to have pieces missing, leaving everyone asking the same question: what really happened in those final moments? Witnesses who were at the scene told different versions of the story, each adding layers of confusion. One person shared that they saw MO3 speaking with someone in a black hoodie, but nothing is confirmed. Another social media post claimed he had tried to walk away from an altercation, yet the timing of events in that post doesn't fully match other accounts. Some fans are pointing to these inconsistencies, saying that the timeline doesn't make sense. The uncertainty has created a storm online, with debates raging in comments sections, live streams, and Twitter threads. People are divided. Some think it was a targeted attack, while others believe it was a tragic accident sparked by an argument gone wrong. Amid all this, one thing is clear: MO3's presence in the Dallas rap scene meant that his loss hit hard, leaving both fans and fellow artists in disbelief. In the hours leading up to the shooting, MO3 had been interacting with fans in ways that now feel almost haunting. Clips of him joking on Instagram, talking about his next drop, and even hinting at a new project have resurfaced, and fans are rewatching them frame by frame. Some believe these videos hold subtle hints about what he was feeling, while others think it's simply heartbreaking to revisit moments of joy that ended so abruptly. Music collaborators have spoken out quietly, offering condolences and sharing memories that paint a picture of someone who was larger than life, yet still human. Friends of the late rapper describe him as someone who loved his city, poured his soul into his work, and had plans that were never realized. This mix of celebration and sorrow is what makes the story feel so raw and real. People are mourning, but they are also searching for understanding in a sea of rumors and half-told stories. The narrative on social media has been fueled by unverified claims that MO3 may have been involved in a confrontation prior to the shooting. Clips from security cameras, which fans are dissecting frame by frame, show people moving quickly in and out of an alley near the scene. While nothing is confirmed, some are piecing together what they think is a sequence of events, pointing fingers at possible suspects and theorizing about motives. The speculation has only intensified because there is no official public timeline from authorities yet, and every new post seems to contradict another. Emotions ran high as hashtags dedicated to MO3 began trending, with fans demanding answers, justice, and recognition of the artist's influence. People are sharing memories, performances, favorite songs, and even moments they met him in person, creating a collective story of grief, admiration, and shock. Even in the midst of tragedy, the human side of the story is impossible to ignore. Fans are shocked not only by the violence, but by the lingering questions surrounding it. Some social media users have claimed they were near the scene and noticed unusual activity just before the shooting, though these accounts remain unverified. Theories range from disputes over music and money to random street violence, but nothing is confirmed, leaving the entire community in suspense. Interviews with local residents hint at a city grappling with the loss of a young artist whose voice was just beginning to shape the local and national hip-hop scene. People are divided on what could have prevented the tragedy, and the conversations often turn emotional, with anger, sadness, and frustration all mixing together online. It's a moment that feels suspended in time, a reminder of how fleeting life can be, and how quickly the world can change for a community brought together by music. Through all of this, one thing remains constant: the mystery surrounding those final minutes before MO3 was shot has captured the attention of fans, media, and the music industry alike. Every video clip, every social media post, and every eyewitness account is being scrutinized for clues. Social media is going crazy as fans try to reconstruct what happened, but the full picture is still just out of reach. While authorities continue their investigation quietly, the public is left piecing together fragments, some of which contradict each other, and some of which add even more heartbreak to an already tragic story. And as the night sky over Dallas reflects the chaos and mourning of a community, one thought keeps echoing online. Something still doesn't add up, and people are desperate to know the truth. As the hours turned into days after MO3's death, the intensity of the online conversation only grew. Fans are shocked, and social media is going crazy, with every clip, every comment, and every rumor being dissected for meaning. But unconfirmed reports suggest that just moments before the shooting, MO3 might have been involved in a heated discussion outside a local studio, though nothing is confirmed. Some people think this interaction could have escalated, while others argue it's more likely a coincidence. Screenshots of alleged messages have surfaced, claiming to show MO3 warning friends about potential danger, but there is no way to verify these, and they have added fuel to an already fiery speculation. Emotions ran high as fans debated what could have been done, who might have been involved, and why such a talented artist would be taken in such a violent way. Every new post seems to spark more questions than answers, and people are divided not just about the events themselves, but about what the motives might have been. The first major twist came when a video circulated online showing a group of people near the scene just minutes before the shooting. Some fans believe this could offer insight into what happened, while others cautioned that the video might be misleading. In the clip, shadows move quickly, voices can be heard in the background, and the tension is palpable. Social media erupted as users slowed down the footage, pausing on details, pointing out possible angles, and even speculating on the identities of the individuals involved. Nothing is confirmed, yet fans are treating it like a clue in a real-life mystery, dissecting every frame for meaning. The discussion spilled into forums and live streams, where viewers argued over whether the video captured the moments leading up to the tragedy, or if it was unrelated entirely. The debate grew so intense that even artists in the Dallas rap scene weighed in, expressing grief and confusion while urging people to be careful about jumping to conclusions. Meanwhile, more theories began to surface. Some people think the shooting could have been premeditated, pointing to past feuds and conflicts in the local rap community, though nothing is confirmed. Others argue it was an isolated act of street violence with no connection to MO3's career or personal life. Fans are divided, emotions running high as they search for a narrative that makes sense. Reposts of old interviews, songs, and social media stories were suddenly being revisited, with fans reading between the lines for possible foreshadowing. One trending theory suggests that MO3 may have sensed trouble and tried to alert his circle. But unverified accounts make it impossible to know for sure. The uncertainty has created a heightened sense of tension and urgency online, as if the community is holding its breath, waiting for some definitive answer that may never come. Social media is going crazy with reactions from fellow artists and influencers. Some express disbelief, sharing memories of working with MO3 and highlighting his unique voice in the scene. Others have issued warnings, asking fans not to spread misinformation while still acknowledging the collective grief. The emotional emotional tone online is intense. People are sharing personal stories about what MO3's music meant to them, while simultaneously trying to piece together the timeline of his last moments. A fan posted a thread describing a supposed sequence of events, claiming to have heard details from someone close to the situation, but again, nothing is confirmed. The thread blew up, generating hundreds of replies, each adding their own interpretations, leading to more theories, more questions, and more confusion. In the middle of all this chaos, one thing became clear. MO3's death has become more than just a personal tragedy. It's a catalyst for discussion about the dangers that artists face, the loyalty of fans, and the influence of social media in shaping narratives. Some people think the community's reaction is helping keep his memory alive, while others worry it could be fueling unnecessary speculation. Videos of vigils, murals, and social media tributes began circulating, showing fans in tears, holding candles, and chanting his name. The visuals are powerful, emotional, and heartbreaking, painting a picture of a city united in grief but still desperate for answers. As the timeline of events continues to be dissected, fans are still trying to understand what happened in those final moments. Every new post, every video snippet, and every alleged eyewitness account is examined under a microscope. Some believe there were warning signs that night, while others argue the tragedy was completely unpredictable. The truth remains elusive, and nothing is confirmed. What is undeniable is that the conversation surrounding MO3's death has reached a fever pitch, and emotions are running higher than ever. The mix of grief, shock, and speculation has created a digital storm where fans are both mourning and hunting for answers, desperate to piece together a puzzle that seems impossibly complex. As days passed, the intensity surrounding MO3's death only deepened, and the story took on an almost cinematic quality. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and social media is going crazy, with every new post adding another layer to the mystery. Some people think there's more to the story than has been reported, while others caution against jumping to conclusions. Unconfirmed reports suggest that surveillance footage from nearby businesses may hold answers, but nothing is confirmed, leaving fans desperate for any clue. The speculation has reached a point where even minor details, like the color of a car seen near the scene or the timing of a phone call, are being analyzed endlessly. Social media threads are overflowing with theories, some rational and some wild, but the one thing everyone agrees on is the heartbreak. The city is mourning a young artist whose talent seemed destined for something bigger, and fans are clinging to any piece of information that might help make sense of the tragedy. The tension escalated when rumors began circulating that there may have been more than one person involved in the events leading up to the shooting. Some people think this could suggest a planned ambush, while others argue it might simply be coincidental. Unverified eyewitness accounts describe multiple vehicles and people in the vicinity just moments before the incident, but nothing is confirmed. Fans are dissecting these accounts, replaying videos, and scrutinizing photos for inconsistencies. The theories vary wildly. Some suggest rivalries within the local rap scene could have played a role, while others believe it was unrelated to MO3's music career entirely. People are divided, and the online conversation reflects the chaos, mixing grief with a desire for understanding and, in some cases, justice. Meanwhile, fellow artists began speaking out more publicly. Some shared personal stories about MO3, describing him as a dedicated musician who cared about his community and his fans. Others expressed frustration, hinting at the dangers of being an up-and-coming artist in Dallas, without directly addressing the circumstances of his death. These statements fueled further discussion online, with fans praising the emotional honesty while also debating what might have actually happened. Social media is going crazy with reactions, from heartfelt tributes to heated arguments over responsibility and motive. Unconfirmed reports suggest that MO3 may have reached out to certain friends for help in the minutes before the shooting, but nothing is confirmed, and this has only added to the suspense. Fans are analyzing timestamps, locations, and social media activity, piecing together what some hope is a clear timeline. Though clarity remains elusive, the story became even more intense as rumors about possible motives began to circulate. Some people think financial disputes or personal conflicts could have played a role, while others suggest it may have been a case of mistaken identity. Unverified posts hint at tensions between groups in the local scene, but nothing is confirmed. Fans are divided, and the speculation has sparked heated debate debates, with comments ranging from anger to sorrow. The digital memorials that have appeared online, videos, art, views, and fan messages paint a picture of widespread grief while at the same time fueling curiosity about the circumstances surrounding MO3's final moments. People are emotionally invested, revisiting every detail of his last interactions and questioning how such a talented artist could be taken so suddenly. Even the timing of the shooting has become a focus of speculation. Some people think the incident happened faster than anyone realized, suggesting there was no time to react or call for help. Others argue that if certain warnings had been heeded, it might have been preventable, though nothing is confirmed. Social media is going crazy with attempts to reconstruct the timeline, and fans are sharing their own observations in real time, creating a collage of theories, memories, and questions. The atmosphere online mirrors the emotional intensity in the community. Grief mixed with curiosity, heartbreak mixed with frustration. Every new piece of information, verified or not, is being absorbed and analyzed, keeping the story alive and the tension high. As the investigation continues quietly behind the scenes, fans are left holding onto fragments, trying to make sense of a puzzle that seems impossible to solve. The combination of eyewitness accounts, social media rumors, and public reactions creates a whirlwind of information, and nothing is confirmed. The emotional impact is undeniable. People are grieving, mourning, and struggling to understand how someone with so much potential could be lost so suddenly. Some social media users speculate about what MO3 might have been thinking in those final moments, while others focus on the broader implications for the community. The questions remain: who was involved? Why did it happen? And could it have been prevented? Every fan, every artist, and every observer seems to be searching for answers, yet the truth remains just out of reach, leaving a story that is as heartbreaking as it is mysterious. The story of MO3's final moments reached a fever pitch as more pieces of the puzzle began to surface. Though nothing is confirmed and fans are still desperate for answers, social media is going crazy, with fans dissecting every new clip, post, and message that appears online. Some people think new footage from nearby surveillance cameras could finally shed light on the sequence of events, while others warn that it might raise even more questions. Unverified reports suggest that certain witnesses have been cooperating with authorities, but details are scarce, leaving fans to speculate endlessly. People are divided over what might have led to the tragic shooting, and emotions ran high as conflicting accounts poured in from every corner of the internet. Each new claim is examined under a microscope, and while some seem plausible, others appear inconsistent, keeping the story shrouded in mystery. The major twist came when rumors started circulating about a possible confrontation moments before the shooting. Some fans believe MO3 may have attempted to de-escalate an argument, while others think he was caught off guard entirely. Unconfirmed reports suggest that words may have been exchanged that escalated the situation, though nothing is verified. Clips shared online show people moving quickly in and out of the area, shadows disappearing behind cars, and flashes that some interpret as signs of chaos, yet nothing is confirmed. The speculation has reached a point where every detail is being analyzed for hidden meaning, from the timing of steps to the tone of voices captured on video. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the digital debate continues to explode, with theories ranging from rivalries to random street violence. The line between fact and conjecture has blurred, and the emotional intensity has only grown stronger. As fans continue to search for answers, fellow artists have weighed in, offering glimpses of insight without revealing specifics. Some shared emotional messages about MO3's character, his love for the music, and his commitment to his city. Others hinted at the realities of being a rising artist in Dallas, speaking in general terms about the pressures and risks without directly addressing the incident. Social media is going crazy with reactions, from heartfelt tributes to impassioned debates about responsibility and motive. Unverified accounts from people claiming to be near the scene describe moments of panic, cries for help, and the sudden eruption of violence, but again, nothing is confirmed. Fans are piecing together these stories, creating a patchwork timeline that is both fascinating and heartbreaking. Each new post adds layers to the narrative, but it also reminds everyone how little is truly known about those final moments. The emotional toll on the community has been intense. Vigils, murals, and digital tributes continue to appear, showing fans in tears, chanting MO3's name and sharing stories of how his music impacted their lives. Some people think these displays of grief are a way to find closure, while others believe they are amplifying the questions that remain unanswered. Emotions ran high as as fans debated the possible motives, the timing, and the circumstances, with no one able to provide definitive answers. Social media is going crazy with theories, rumors, and recollections, all creating a sense of collective mourning and suspense. The story has become more than a tragedy. It's a conversation about the fragility of life, the intensity of street culture, and the impact of losing a talented artist too soon. Even as authorities continue their investigation quietly, fragments of information have surfaced that give partial clarity but raise new questions. Some unverified reports suggest that MO3 may have tried to call for help or reach out to friends, but nothing is confirmed. Others point to inconsistencies in eyewitness accounts, leaving fans confused and emotional. People are divided over what these fragments mean, and social media reflects the chaos. Every video, every post, and every alleged witness statement is scrutinized, debated, and shared, keeping the story alive in public consciousness. The combination of grief, speculation, and partial insights has created a heightened sense of tension, where every small detail is amplified and every rumor is dissected. The mystery surrounding those final minutes remains unresolved, and that is what keeps fans engaged and emotionally invested. Some believe that a fuller picture may eventually emerge, and while others worry that key details may never be revealed. Nothing is confirmed, yet the emotional impact is undeniable. People are shocked, emotions ran high, and every theory, no matter how plausible, feels like a piece of a puzzle that might never be completed. The city, the fans, and the music community are left in suspense, haunted by the unanswered questions and the tragedy of a life cut short. And as social media continues to explode with commentary, tributes, and speculation, one thought remains constant. Something still doesn't add up, and people are desperate to know the truth behind MO3's final moments. MO3's story leaves us with more questions than answers, and the truth behind those final moments may never be fully known. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and social media is still going crazy, dissecting every video, on every post, and every unverified account. The fragments we do have, the glimpses from surveillance footage, the eyewitness reports, and the stories from friends and fellow artists paint a picture of confusion, heartbreak, and unanswered questions. Some people think we may one day get clarity, while others fear that the pieces of the puzzle are lost forever. What is undeniable is the impact MO3 had on the music community and the countless fans who now mourn a talent taken too soon. The stories, the tributes, and the theories all speak to how deeply he was loved and how impossible it is to accept a life ended in such a sudden and violent way. As we reflect on what happened, it's important to remember that nothing is confirmed and every theory should be approached with caution. Fans are divided, speculation is rampant, and the timeline of events remains unclear. But what's clear is the lasting legacy of MO3's music, his influence on the Dallas rap scene, and the emotional connection he built with fans. His life, his artistry, and his tragic ending are a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of music to bring people together even in grief. So now we want to hear from you. What do you think really happened in those final minutes before MO3 was shot? Was it a planned attack, a tragic accident, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below, let us know your theories, and join the conversation. Don't forget to like this video if you felt the emotion of his story, and subscribe for more coverage on the biggest moments and mysteries in hip-hop. MO3 may be gone, but the questions and the music live on.